Welcome, Blink Kantbo fans. This week's episodes are filled with heart-wrenching emotions, explosive confrontations, and shocking twists that will keep you glued to your screens. If you miss any of the episodes, don't worry, I have you covered with a deep and detailed breakdown of everything that will happen. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, and join our membership to stay up to date with every shocking turn of events. This week, betrayal runs deep and no one is safe. Tensions are at an all-time high, and with every passing moment, secrets unravel, leading to consequences no one could have predicted. The Coran villa, usually a place of grandeur and power, now carries the heavy weight of grief. A once bustling estate filled with the echoes of laughter and footsteps is now subdued by sorrow. The tragic passing of Feret has left a void that no words of comfort can fill. Every member of the household is dealing with the loss in their own way, but as always in the Coran family, emotions are not simply expressed, they are weaponized. Feret, who has always carried the burden of expectation, stands at the center of it all, forced to shoulder responsibilities he never asked for. His emotions are a whirlwind of pain, anger, and unresolved guilt. The weight of losing his brother is something he struggles to come to terms with, but before he can even process his grief, he finds himself drawn into battles he never wanted to fight. At the funeral, the air is thick with tension. Every glance exchanged between family members carries layers of unspoken history. Sultan and Pelin, who have long been a thorn in Seren's side, seem to misread the moment and push Feret too far. In a rare moment of clarity, he refuses to hold back. His words cut through them like a blade, leaving no room for misunderstanding. He is done playing their games. Pelin, always trying to stay relevant in Feret's life, is left stunned, humiliated in front of everyone. Sultan, who thrives on manipulation, is not one to be easily silenced. But even she knows that Feret is not the same man she once knew. His patience has run dry, and he is no longer willing to entertain those who do not have his best interests at heart. Halis, the head of the Coran family, watches everything unfold with the sharp eyes of a man who has seen generations rise and fall. He is no stranger to power plays and emotional manipulation, but this time it is different. The loss of Feret has shaken him in a way nothing else ever has. As he accepts condolences from his guests, his usual demeanor of control is faltering. However, grief does not strip him of his authority. Despite the loss, he remains the patriarch, and when he sees Feret stepping out of line, he does not hesitate to act. In a swift and almost cruel decision, he dismisses the women from the house, sending them home as if their presence is no longer required. Feret, still reeling from everything that has happened, barely has time to process what this means. He has already lost one family member, and now the relationships around him continue to crumble. Meanwhile, in the shadows of the Coran family's grief, Kazim is scheming. A man who has never let emotions cloud his judgment, he sees an opportunity in the midst of the chaos. While everyone is distracted by Feret's passing, he puts his plans for Suna into motion. Suna, who has spent most of her life trying to navigate the impossible expectations placed upon her, is about to face yet another unexpected turn of events. She has fought hard for the little control she has over her own fate, but Kazim is not a man who is easily defied. What he has in store for her is something she never saw coming, and by the time she realizes the depth of his manipulation, it might already be too late. As soon as world shifts, Feret's burdens only grow heavier. Grieving his brother should be enough for one person to handle, but for Feret, grief is just one of the many battles he has to fight. The responsibilities placed upon him continue to weigh him down, and with every passing moment, the pressure mounts. He can feel the expectations crushing him, but the more he tries to carry the load, the more his past and present collide in ways he cannot control. There are too many people waiting for him to slip. Too many eyes watching and waiting for the moment he falters. And just as he begins to wonder how much more he can take, another storm begins to brew. Seyran and Esme are blindsided by the latest developments with Suna. They thought they had a grasp on what was happening, but Kazim has once again proven that he is always several steps ahead. The revelations hit them hard, and Seyran, who has spent so much of her life trying to carve out her own path, feels the walls closing in once again. She has fought so many battles, but no matter how hard she pushes forward, she always finds herself trapped in the same cycle. Her heart aches from everything she has endured, and for the first time in a long time, she is ready to break free, no matter the cost. But freedom does not come easily in a world where control is everything. Kazim has reached his limit with Seyran's defiance. He has spent years shaping her future to fit his own desires, and he refuses to let her slip away. This time, he takes a drastic step. He drags her to the Ihsanless, a move that leaves her feeling completely betrayed. It is a power play, a statement that reminds her just how little control she truly has. The walls around her feel tighter than ever, and just when she thinks she's completely alone, she turns to the only person she has ever been able to trust, Suna. But even in the supposed privacy of their conversation, they are not truly alone. Outside the door, lurking in the shadows, is Safet Jr. His presence is silent, his intentions unclear, but the weight of his eavesdropping sends chills down Seyran's spine. He has heard everything. The question is, what will he do with this knowledge? Meanwhile, Feret has had enough. For too long, he has been forced into situations he never wanted to be a part of. But with everything he has lost, something inside him has changed. He is no longer willing to sit back and let others dictate his life. With a newfound determination, he sets his sights on Tariq. There is no room for civility anymore. The time for patience has passed. Feret is done running. This confrontation has been a long time coming, and when it finally happens, it is nothing short of explosive. Feret is not the man he once was. He has suffered, he has learned, and now he is ready to fight back. This week on Blink Kant Bo, the stakes have never been higher. The past and present collide in ways that no one could have anticipated, and by the end of it all, nothing will ever be the same. Loyalties are tested, secrets are exposed, and the balance of power is shifting. Will Seyran finally break free, or is she doomed to remain trapped in the life Kazim has built for her? Can Feret navigate the storm that is threatening to consume him, or will the weight of his losses be too much to bear? Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated on all the twists and turns. If you love these deep dives, consider joining the membership or sending a super thanks to support the channel. Blink Kant Bo is about to reach its most thrilling and emotional point yet, and you won't want to miss a single moment.